Grand Theft Auto 4 is a game packed with detail. But what if I told you there's an entire layer of content you were never meant to see? From beta features that never made it to the final release, to unused assets buried in the game files, and features that were removed entirely. Today, we're diving deep into the secrets Rockstar left behind. Let's start with a feature that was planned but ultimately cut: the ability to purchase and develop properties. In earlier titles like Vice City and San Andreas, acquiring properties was a significant aspect of gameplay, allowing players to generate income and unlock new missions. Early development plans for GTA 4 included a similar system, enabling players to buy safe houses and perhaps even invest in businesses around Liberty City. However, this feature was removed before the game's release. Instead, GTA 4 provides players with safe houses at specific points in the storyline, without the option to purchase additional properties. This change marked a shift in focus towards a more narrative-driven experience, emphasizing Niko Bellic's personal journey over the entrepreneurial ventures seen in previous installments. While the property acquisition feature was absent in GTA 4, it made a return in Grand Theft Auto 5, where players can once again invest in real estate and businesses, blending the narrative with economic gameplay elements. Next, let's delve into a feature that was notably absent in GTA 4: barbershops. In San Andreas, players could customize CJ's appearance with various hairstyles, adding a personal touch to the character. Early development plans for GTA 4 included a similar feature, with barbershops intended to be accessible throughout Liberty City. However, this customization option was removed before the game's release. While barbershop storefronts exist in the game, they are non-functional and serve purely for realism. Interestingly, remnants of this feature remain in the game files, indicating that the developers had initially planned for Niko to have access to barbershops. Recently, modders have restored these barbershops, allowing players to experience this removed feature. For instance, a mod by Brenna DeRosa brings the beta barbershops back to life, showcasing what could have been part of the original game. The absence of barbershops in GTA 4 marked a shift towards a more grounded and realistic approach, focusing on Niko Bellic's story rather than extensive character customization. This decision contributed to the game's gritty atmosphere, distinguishing it from its predecessors. Now, let's discuss a high-flying feature that was grounded before GTA 4 took off: the fighter jet. In previous installments like San Andreas, players could pilot various aircraft, including fighter jets, adding a thrilling aerial dimension to the gameplay. Early development for GTA 4 considered including a fighter jet, known in the game files simply as the Fighter. However, this feature was ultimately removed prior to release. The only remnant of its existence is a handling line in the game's data, suggesting that the developers had begun implementing its mechanics before deciding to cut it. The decision to exclude flyable planes, including fighter jets, was influenced by the game's setting. Liberty City, modeled after New York City, is a dense urban environment where piloting large aircraft might feel impractical. Additionally, considerations for realism and the potential sensitivity surrounding depictions of planes in a city reminiscent of New York post 9/11 may have played a role in this choice. While GTA 4 limited players to helicopters for aerial exploration, the expansive world of GTA 5 reintroduced a variety of aircraft, including fighter jets, allowing for a return to the skies over Los Santos. Coming up next, we have Snowfall. Unlike its predecessor, San Andreas, which featured dynamic weather patterns including fog and sandstorms, GTA 4 did not include snow as part of its weather system. This omission was surprising to many, considering Liberty City's inspiration from New York City, a place known for its snowy winters. The absence of snow in GTA 4 was likely due to the complexities involved in realistically simulating snowfall and its impact on gameplay. Implementing snow would have required significant adjustments to driving physics, pedestrian behavior, and overall city dynamics to maintain the game's commitment to realism. Discussions among players suggest that these challenges may have influenced the developer's decision to exclude snow from the game. Despite this, the game's community has been proactive in introducing snow to Liberty City through mods. One notable example is the Fusion Fix mod, which allows players to experience snowy conditions by dialing a specific in-game number. This mod not only adds a visual layer of snow, but also alters the game's physics to mimic the slippery conditions associated with winter weather. In Grand Theft Auto 4, the iconic tank, traditionally known as the Rhino, is notably absent. This omission aligns with the game's shift towards a more realistic and grounded tone, reflecting Liberty City's urban environment. Instead of military tanks, the game introduces the Noose, National Office of Security Enforcement, and FBIB, Federal Investigation Bureau, as the primary law enforcement agencies responding to high-level wanted statuses. However, in the downloadable content DLC episode, The Ballad of Gay Tony, the APC Armored Personnel Carrier is introduced. This vehicle serves a similar role to the traditional tank, offering players enhanced firepower and durability. The APC is inspired by real-world military vehicles, such as the Cadillac Gauge Commando and the Russian BRDM-2, featuring a turret-mounted cannon and the ability to traverse both land and water. While the absence of the traditional tank in the base game of GTA 4 reflects the developer's intent to create a more realistic and immersive experience, the introduction of the APC in the DLC offers players a return to the over-the-top vehicular combat elements that are a hallmark of the Grand Theft Auto series. Alright, let's dive into the Cut Ferry system in GTA 4. During early development, Rockstar planned for Liberty City to have a fully functional ferry system, similar to New York's Staten Island Ferry. This would have been an immersive addition, letting players travel between boroughs on a ferry, adding to the city's realism and connectivity. Although remnants of this feature, like unused ferry terminals, still exist in the game, the actual functionality was scrapped. This decision was likely made to streamline gameplay, as Liberty City's bridges and subway system already provided ample ways to traverse the city. However, the ferry's absence leaves us wondering how it might have further enhanced Liberty City's dynamic living world. In Grand Theft Auto 4, several weapons from previous installments were notably absent. Silenced weapons were excluded, eliminating stealth-based combat options that allowed for silent takedowns in previous games. The flamethrower, a weapon synonymous with chaos in earlier GTA titles, was also absent. Its removal contributed to the game's emphasis on realism, as such a weapon would be less plausible in the contemporary urban environment of Liberty City. And that's just a glimpse into the content that never made it into GTA 4. Each cut feature tells a story about the creative process behind the game. Which one fascinated you the most? Let's talk about it in the comments.